Good morning. Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody? Are we there? Good morning. Welcome to the Shack Shack. Have we got volume, Stuart? Good to have your company. If you can hear me. Early to the party today. What's the time? 4 minutes to 10. It's always best to get in early just to make sure that the technical bit's all right. I feel like I'm in my head at the moment. It's weird. Good morning. Good morning, Susan. Lovely to have your company. Come on in. Grab a seat. Got your tea? Got your coffee? Beautiful blue skies today in Crowborough, which is nice. Happy with that. Excited to be doing our gems today. How are you anyway? Hey, let everybody else come in. Grab a seat. It's all nice and fresh and autumnal, isn't it? I like this season. What about you? What's your favourite season? What's your favourite season? I really like autumn, actually. Yeah, I do. It's that, the beautiful colours, I think. That's what does it for me. The colours. Autumn. What about you? Do you like spring? Spring's nice too. I like all the seasons, really. What I don't like is that months. Do you remember that? We don't get it so much now. But it's just months and months of miz. Like around November when the leaves have fallen and then it's just mush. That's not so cool. But when it's nice and sunny, there's a ginkgo tree in our garden, really nice, old ginkgo. And it's the last tree in the springtime to come to life. And it's the last tree in the autumn to shed its leaves. And when it does, we just have a carpet of yellow, a beautiful carpet of bright yellow leaves. It's very lovely, the ginkgo tree. Yeah. And the little pear tree in the middle of the lawn, that went, and the little rowan tree that replaced it is hanging on, you know, the one that got sunstroke, sunburn. I think he'll be all right, though. I think he's going to make it. He's going to make it. Well, if he doesn't, he doesn't, you know. We did our best. What can you say? I do like trees, don't you? Come on in, grab a seat. All good volume. Thank you, Stuart. Stuart's in the building with you. So if you have any questions, do ask Stu. Sunny Bexhill. Lovely. Good to have your company. How is everybody? All right. Yeah, Thursday already. Thursday already. Where did that week go? Why did that go so fast? Oh, it was all the telly at the beginning of the week, wasn't it? Good morning, Ken. Thank you so much, Ken. You're a hero. Ken sent us a hamper, a lovely hamper. So we'll be cracking that open at the Friday meeting tomorrow. Well, what I haven't eaten, what's still left. Thanks, Ken. Early on the bus. Good morning, Elizabeth. I'm glad to see that you're at the front of the bus today. When you used to get on the bus when you were a kid, did you used to have to take the bus to school? I did. From Gillingham over to Rochester. It's quite a long trip, really, when you think about it. Yeah, it was about an hour on the bus to school. Where did you sit on the bus? Did you sit upstairs or downstairs? I was sat... Where would you think that I would sit? Go on, guess. Except when I was dragging the blimmin' cello around. I bet you know exactly where I sat. Yep. Upstairs at the back. Always. Upstairs at the back. Best place. I remember once, right? I just got to tell you this. Cool, yeah, I remember that. We had cookery at school. You know, like, we used to... Yeah, we used to do cookery once a week, and you'd cook something and you'd take it home. And we made damson crumble, and I took my mum's Pyrex dish, and off I went with my carry bag. Went to school, made a nice damson crumble, had it in the carrier bag, like in the Tesco's bag, had it upstairs, back of the bus, because that's where the boys were. See, from Chatham Tech. They were all on the bus before we got on. So out we go. And then I got off the bus. I remember I got off the bus at the top of Barnsall Road, and I was so distracted by the boys that I'd left the Damson Crumble on the bus. And one of these boys, he opened the window, and I was like, no. And he opened the little slidey window, and he didn't realise, he just thought it was books or something. He didn't realise it was a Pyrex dish with the Damson. And he went, Bob, you forgot your bag. And he shoved it through the window. I was like, no. Yeah, that was the end of the Damson Crumble. It's funny what you remember, isn't it? Oh, on the buses. We used to have so much fun on the buses. I wonder if the kids nowadays have the same sort of that love life and romance, and I wonder if they have that too, like we used to. God, do you remember he had a crush? I remember I had a crush on one fellow who used to put his bike on the bus as well. I went off him though. Yeah, he was a... Yeah. My cup of tea. Anyway, moving on. Good volume. Good morning. It must be 10 o'clock. Of course it is. Good morning. Welcome to the Shack Shack. Safe, happy and creative. Stay home and craft. That's what we're going to do. So yesterday we were looking, if you remember, shall we get started? Me waffling. I got all reminiscent, all trip down memory lane on the 142. Oh dear, oh dear. Right, so we used to do, what we did yesterday, we made these lovely big flowers, didn't we? And then we learned how to, we did a little bit of writing on the curve. That was quite good. I thought you did really well. Look, season of mist and mellow fruitfulness. So it was all about staying on the paper and not lifting your pen, wasn't it? So we did that, and we did that. And today, do you remember we made the flowers with the big centres? And the reason was so that we could make our gems. And then, see, there you go. Turn it round. I did it so that I got 3 going, see? Look nice, eh? So I thought we could do our gems. So I've got the 3 circles there. See? And I thought today would be really a good idea to just do 3 gems, 3 faux gems, F-A-U-X, false, like look like gems, aren't gems. But I thought it'd be really nice to do the 3 in the centre of our flowers, not on our artwork. I thought we'll split it. We'll keep our flowers as flowers, and we'll do our gems on here, on a bit of copy paper, because of course we could always draw the flowers around the gems if we position them strategically. Got it? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to position them strategically. Everybody in? Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Let's have a sip of tea. Don't dribble on your work, Barbara. Hey. But I thought it'd be nice to do that. So the thing is, we've got to get the centres in the right place if we're going to use this artwork. Agreed? You see, I particularly, maybe it's because I've done the centre of this one, I particularly like this flower. I love that flower, look. Isn't it 3D? And I haven't even started on the leaves yet and done all the shading around the outside. But you take those 2 out and you just put that one in there. That's so cool. And, you know, yesterday we were talking about which way round, you know, which way round, where's the light coming from? Do you remember? So if we're going to do this and we want to make sure that these are in the right place so that we could, if we wanted to, draw around them afterwards, we need to make sure we put them in the right place. The only way we're going to do that is different options. We can either, we've got a light wave. Many of you have got a light wave, haven't you? So in other words, you could take a light wave and you just add a bit of, let's have a look. This is just tricks and tips really. So you've got a light table like this, and then if you've got one of those, then if you wanted to, just let me put this on. You see, then obviously it's so easy. Then I could take, let me show you. I could take a bit of copy paper because I've got a light source underneath. See, I can take my copy paper and I can then use the light, just put the tracing paper underneath, and then I've got I just trace straight over, look, piece of cake. In fact, you know, yesterday I was talking about those papers, look. Yeah, look. So what I did was, I thought, you know, I want to try that out. So I took one of those lovely papers, and I just traced it out onto there with a pencil and then with a pen. I wanted to see how it worked, and it came out really, really well, because I just wanted to see how the paper takes the pencil and then the ink and then the eraser, and it takes it like a dream. Because I thought, I just got to check, haven't I? Because you don't want to go in and then rub out your pencil marks and then take out all the black ink as well, but it doesn't. So yesterday I was talking about these papers, and Stuart had a brilliant idea. Stuart's in the building with you. He had a brilliant idea. He said, why don't we make a shack pack? Yeah, I'll say that slowly. Shack pack. Because we've got loads of these designer papers in pads, but they don't all lend themselves to being, they're not light enough, they're not open enough. Some of them are quite bright. So they're brilliant for background papers, but for doodling on, you know, they're sometimes a bit too busy, whereas these ones are just the ticket. So, so what Stuart's done is, well, Stuart knows what he's done. He's put together, you know, for those of you who haven't got any of these designer papers, I just thought it'd be a really nice doodle option, you know, when you're doodling. If you haven't got any of the designer papers, or you want these light ones, we've put together a pack for £10. So there's like 5 packs of all my faves. Yeah, it's a good price, good price. I think you'll enjoy them. But Stuart knows what he's done, because he was see, Stuart and I, we're the ones that work together on the designer papers to start with. So when I do the original, the UPO with the alcohol ink, it's Stuart that I give those originals to, and he's the man, he's the graphic artist who then converts my work into the lovely pads and the parchment and so on. So he's the expert, and he's the one who will show you, if you're interested in these. Really, this is just about dipping your toe in the water. You know, if you don't want to buy the great big pads, this is a great starter place, and he'll be able to tell you exactly what's going on. I've tested it, and I want to finish this because I think this will be really pretty. Just the one. I don't even want to, I just want to do one and then maybe doodle around it a bit more. But I just thought that was a lovely, it works. I tried it. Okay. Right, now, so if you've got a light wave, then as I said, it's easy. You just trace through. Most of you won't have a light wave, and this is not Selly Telly, so I'm not encouraging you. I'm not saying you've got to get one to do the job, not at all. You've got tracing paper. So what we're going to do then, first of all, we're going to flip over to the back of the tracing paper. We're going to take a pencil, because we've got to transfer it, haven't we? We've got to transfer the image. So let's just, for the sake of argument, let's start again. Go to the front. We've got a bit of copy paper. Let's say this is where we're going to put it. Or maybe you want to put it in the middle like that. Now you know where it sits. I might go there, you see, like that. So say I'm going to go there. So that's A4, yeah. And that's where I want my picture to end up, like that. And then I can always crop it back, can't I? I mean, at the end of the day, this is more, it's doodling. So it's like, we're not completing masterpieces here, you know. We're checking out different skills, trying different things out, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, you know. And so it's not a finished card with just different tricks. So if we go to this one, everybody happy with this? Cool. I know you are. So we're going to go like that. decide where we want to put it. But then what I've got to do, if that's where I want to put it, then I've got to turn this over. Let me take a bit of scrap, because this is just a bit of scrap, right? What I've got to do now is put some graphite or some lead on the back, so that then I can flip it over and go again and transfer the image. So let's say, for example, I don't have to do the whole flower, I just want the 3 circles, don't I? So let's just put the graphite or the HB pencil, let's put some on there, right? And we'll put some on the back. It's not about where we're putting it on the paper at the moment. We're not positioning now. But we want to make sure, if we're doing this composition, you see what we could do is do the whole lot. Do you remember what we usually do? So you can see it works like that. But now we know that the HB's on the back, and now we can transfer the line, can't we? So I'm gonna decide where I want to put it. We're good with this. There you go. And then, let's lean on that a minute. And then I'm going to redraw on this side. So that's the right way round again, isn't it? And I'm going to get my positioning right is all really. I mean, I could draw 3 circles, you know that. You could draw we could just draw the centres, but we want to get them in the right place. Does that make sense? So that when I turn it over like that, it's there. And now we can take our, now we're good to go. Now we are golden. Right. So we've got our 3 centres. Let's just get our circles sorted. What glasses have I got on there? Oh, it's time for me day madness. Right, here we go. So I'm just going to get my circles in the right place. Right. See, and all that's doing for me, all that means is, if I show you, I did it before, right? See, there's my 3. When I lay it over like that, bang, 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 they're in exactly the right place. So if we do our 3 gems now, then I know they're going to sit, when I go to put that on there, I know they're in the middle. Okie dokie. So shall we start with that one first? And I was thinking, right, now we know what we're doing, I can get in a bit tighter as well. I could come in a bit closer, shall I? Have a look. So you can see better what I'm up to. Closer, bra, 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 bra. Right, there. Now we can see what we're doing. Because you know exactly where we're at, don't you? Okay. What's the time? We're going to do 3 of these today. Well, we may only get 1 done. Then you can do the other 2 at your leisure, can't you? Let me just take them off. Let me just find what we need now is to decide what colours are we going to use. What colours do you want your gems to be? If this is just an experiment, which is what it is, isn't it? Then you're going to need like a yellow, an orange and a red. Or you're going to need, I don't know, you could take a yellow, doesn't always have to be yellow though, a yellow, you want light, medium and dark. So you could say yellow, a beigey colour, like a brownie colour, and a teal. That'd be beautiful. You're making like an opal. So you can think about which stones are you making, which gems are you doing. Didn't think of that, did we? Right, which ones are we making? Do you want to make an opal? Opal fruits made to make you melt water. I'm going to stick to the orange yellowy one on this one, only because it's really, it's good for the theory. So the colours that I'm going to use, if you've got the pergoliners, you just need a light, a medium and a dark. So I'm going to go with a yellow, I've got all different ones. Look, let's go for it. And then I do need, I've got different oranges and yellows. I reckon I'm going to go with that one. You don't have to copy me though, do you? And then perhaps, just to get it really dark, maybe I'll use like a, what's this one? Red violet, to get the real depth around the edge. That is what I did there. I used, God, this is where you wish you'd written it down. I did that one. I definitely used that one. And I think I used that one. Yeah, that's about it. That'll do. So, do you want to know which ones? Just because I know that you like to. Dark cadmium yellow, dark cadmium orange, and red violet. There you go. So what do they look like? Yellow, orange. It's a bit severe, that one. Yeah. Nice. I wonder. That one's quite good too. What have we got there? Cadmium orange. Dark cadmium yellow. So this one's just a darker one. Dark chrome yellow. Anyway, let's just see what we've got. Different shades. Right, I'm going with, start with the lightest one. That's for sure. And what we'll do, oh, and do me a favour, get your rubber out. Get your eraser out. Let's have a look. Now, first things first, which way is the light coming from? Remember we talked about it yesterday? Which way is the light coming from? Are you putting the light coming up or are you putting the light coming down? If the light's coming from the top, it's going to be like that. Light's coming from there, light's going to be up there. Light's coming from the bottom, it's going to be that way. It's whatever you want it to be. Should we stick to the top? Should we just do the top? Okay? It's just easier, isn't it? It's whatever you want it to be though, okay? Right, so what we need to do, so I tell you what I'll do. If I do this like that, that is always handy, isn't it, to have something sitting there, like to copy, I think. Well, for me it definitely is. But you know what it's like when you go to copy something, you're always looking at it, aren't you? Right, so let's take the lightest colour first and let's just put down an undercoat. Let's just put down a light undercoat all the way around. Very, very light, barely visible, like that. Because we're going to need a white bit there, aren't we? So do you want it white or do you want it, see, this is where the pencil comes in. Because if you want to, you can always, look, just lift it out. I find that easy to just lift it out, especially on a colour light. See? It's easy to put it in and take it out like that. Right, so let's just add, and may I say as well, with these, that there are loads of people doing these. Everybody does it differently. There is not a right or a wrong. You figure out your own way. I had a look, I Googled a couple of people. I thought she did it really well. I wasn't sure about that way. You know, the end result is what you're interested in. The process, everybody reaches the end result in a different way, using different things. Everybody has an opinion about it. All I'm doing here, because I'm the bus driver, I just want to show you how I do it, you know. But if you're not comfortable, if you think, oh, I think it'd be better if I did it that way, that's fine. That's fine. There isn't a right or a wrong way. There are lots of different ways to do faux gems. And what's really cool is this, the way I'm doing it works beautifully on parchment as well. So for any of our parchers, this is cool. All right, but I like it as a sort of a centerpiece in a Zentangle or in a doodle. It looks so nice. Right, so let's just get this going. So the idea is, you see, it's going to be darker around the outside. So it's little circular motions like this. But you see, you need a bit of a, you see here, it's going to be a little bit like that, isn't it? Because otherwise it's not going to be, you're trying to make it look round, aren't you? You're supposed to make it look as if it's a pebble, isn't it, if you like? It's a pebble. And it doesn't even, we haven't even done the best bit yet, which is the darkness around the outside. But you do that afterwards at the end. Right, so let's get our yellow in. What am I using here? Dark cadmium yellow. Any yellow you like. If you've got the pergoliners, there's a good yellow in there as well. Yellow, orange, dark red. Right. Okay. Get that colour in. Around the outside there as well. You've got a bit of a white thing going, haven't you? Leave that area. Right, we've got that one. Should we go to the next colour, an orange, a darker? See, if you haven't got all the different oranges that I've got, what am I going to use now? Let's go down a bit more. Cadmium orange now. So I'll come in with a cadmium orange. That'll do. And we'll come round the outside again. See, I could use, if I've only got a basic orange, I can always go in with a much darker orange, just don't press so hard. Right, round we go again. See if I've got a darker orange. I'm assuming that most of you have got just a dark orange like this. So you get yourself a bit of a chisel going so it's not so, yeah. And then round we go again. You're going to be good at this because we spent such a long time. Do you remember when we were doing the droplets? Well, that was a challenge, wasn't it? Right, so we're going to add another layer now. Pressing lightly, pressing lightly. Bit of orange through there now. I mean, again, you can do, I've looked at other artists that do faux gems, and they make a big dark area in the middle, and that looks really cool too. It looks as if yeah, it looks as if there's like a reflection coming down on the art. That looks really cool too. We're concentrating, we're keeping it simple, keeping it on the outside here. Yeah. But say you could put a big orange mark in there. I'm not going to. I'll do that on, I'll give you an example of it. Maybe I'll do that later and show you it tomorrow. Or you could have a go at it. It looks really cool as well. Right. So we're getting our colour in. And again, the light's coming from this side, but that doesn't mean that we don't need a little bit more colour around here as well. Right, even though the light's hitting there, there's still going to be some depth around that side. Right, there you go, little circular motions. Bit of orange, let's say. Lovely autumnal colours. Did you enjoy that John Keats session yesterday? I did. Took me right back. Right, so then we're getting that colour in. It's just a question of building up your colours. Honest, it's that easy. Right, a bit darker around there. Get a bit more colour going in. It really is though about taking your time. Let's have a look. See? You can see, can't you, where we're going? But isn't it funny how that one looks really shiny? It's not, just looks shiny. So, round we go, a bit more orange. You can always come back and add more, can't we? Right, let's have a look. Come around there a bit. Get that whole circular motion going. That's it. Okay. So once we've got our nice circular motion going, like that. Again, we know enough now with these pencils to know not to press hard, don't we? Right. What do I think? I think we're going in with a darker colour now, don't you? Let's have a look. So if we've got that colour, we'll come back and do darker ones. Get your really dark one now. Get your really dark one. And let's just put a little bit of colour in first. Let's just get a bit of shade in so that you get how it's working. Right, so I'm using now red violet. So, just to recap, light colour all the way over, orangey, next one around the outside and coming up, but you've still got that kind of, that thing going. And if you feel you want to increase that, then you go back in with the yellow one, look. But you don't want stripes really, see? So it's got to be really blended. In a minute we'll get our blending tools out as well. So a bit more yellow, See, because you're changing the colours as well as you're mixing colours, aren't you? There you go. So you've got your where your light's hitting. Right, now let's go in with this dark one now. Let's just humour me for a minute and come in round the outside now. Again, slowly, gently, add a layer. The more layers you use, the better it will get. All right, let's have a look. So this is going to be the dark side. Dark side. If I rush it and I make a seal, I can always just take the eraser and break open that waxy seal again, that oil on the top, can't I? Right, round we go. And it almost looks brown because it's over the top of the orange. You lose the violet. Here we go. Right, round. Do we like this sort of work? Here we go. Lovely colours. This is only copy paper as well, you've got to remember that. Oh, came out a bit. That's okay. Right. So it's building up nicely now. Come round here a bit. Try and stay inside grey. There you go. Round we come. Because of course, cool. Is it working? Nice, isn't it? So you just keep coming round this side. It's not hard, is it? It's just 3 colours. The trick is not to press too hard. And then you can build up layer on layer. Where are we? Not bad, eh? Look at that. Boom. See? It's quite good having this one here because it really shows you the depth that you can reach, doesn't it? Right, so now let me show you something else. Let's take this one, the darkest one, and let's do it on, not on here, this is our best, this is our underlay, isn't it? Let's do it over here on the practice one. What you want to do, because we're going to make veins, when you look at gems, often they've got like little veins and cracks in them. And you could take an HB pencil as well, you could, or a finer one than that, probably an F, the F for fine. Yeah, a pencil would do the job, like a graphite pencil. I'm going to use the colour, the darkest colour in the gem. That works as well, it just gently does it. My sharpener's chocker. Let's go again. Oh, this shirt gapes. It's got too much gap between the buttons. The other day, we were in a meeting at work. My brother was sitting opposite me. And we were having you know, that's what we do. We were having a production meeting. And my brother was sitting opposite me. And he kept going like this. Sorry, I got the microphone. He kept going like that. And I thought, what's up with him? Because he kept looking at me going like that. I thought, his shirt's too tight. Something wrong. And then I looked down and 2 of my buttons had come open and I was completely gaping. And he was the only one. All the team was sitting there. Nobody said a dicky bird except my brother sitting opposite me. And he just kept doing that, like trying to draw my attention to the fact that I was wide open. And there's me thinking, he needs to lay off the sausage rolls because clearly he's very uncomfortable in his shirt. As only a brother would. Right, you sharpening this pencil because this is the one that's going to... Oh, I've got another story about my brother. Thanksgiving. Let me write that down. Thanksgiving, so I don't forget. Steve. We go back a long way, you know, my brother and I. Cohesive character. Right, nice. Nice. The sharpest you can get it, you want, really. Okay. Good. Right, ready? You enjoying this? So what we're going to do, I'll show you over here. We're gonna make veins. So if you look at this, let's look at this one really, really up close, and maybe you can see. Look, can you see the veins in there? Just makes it look more authentic. If you come to this one, see, I can come in and what I can put more. No, I've sealed it now. Oh no, it works. Look. So what you're doing is, if for example, this is your faux gem, then what we're going to do is we're going to start from the edge, from the dark side, and we're going to make little, but I'm holding the pencil like this. Look, I'm holding the pencil upright because what that does is it works much better. So you hold it upright and then you just jiggle around, watch. See? So you just jiggle around like little cracks like that from the side. You don't want it too obvious. It's all right, we can tone it down, don't worry, but you're going in from the side like that, and you're especially down the bottom area, and you're just making cracks like that. I mean, it looks a bit weird to start with. It will all tone down because of course you lose it, it's barely visible. But let's say from here now, I'm going to come in and I'm going to start making cracks. And you need a really sharp, see, it needs to be sharp to do this so that you can come up into the, and then come down. It's all random. You don't, it's not, there's no plan here. You just make little lines. And in the top area, not so much in the white bit, because then you've got nothing to tone it down with, but looks good. You wait. Like cracks. Not too much, Barbara. Let's have a look up close. See if you can see what I'm doing. It looks a bit weird to start with. There. See? So you've got your cracks in. And then, now we've done that, we'll go in a bit darker. So we're using the same pencil now, but we're going to use the side of the pencil, and we're just going to get a bit more shade going. So around we go. Let's get some shade in on this side. Nice dark colour actually, this, isn't it? And now you can, there you go. I always find it easier to turn the paper as well. Right, get that edge going. I think I want a bit more orange in the middle. It looks a bit insipid, doesn't it? So I've got my veins in. I've got my depth in here. Let's get that orange going again. Oh, which one did I use? Let's use that one. That's it. Dark cadmium orange. Right, here we go again. So we'll add another layer of the orange. Yeah, look, see? Depth. So we'll get another layer of that going. That tones down those veins as well, the cracks. You know, if we're going to get one done, at least get it done right, eh? That's what I think. Bit of yellow maybe, coming up to the top a bit more, so we'll overlap it. So you've got this 3 different tiers going up really, haven't you? There you go. There, it's looking good now. A bit around there. I think we want a bit of depth around that top. Can always add it afterwards though, Barbara. It doesn't all have to be done now. Does it? Right, and then I'm going in with those blending tools because I reckon they will help me immensely. Let's have a look. See, it's a lot darker, that one. But that's only because I just kept adding layer on layer on layer. It's all right though, isn't it? Still looks like a gem to me. Right, okay. Looking good. Right, we've got the veins, got that. Okay, you got these? Have you got any of these? Or cotton buds? You know what we were saying earlier? I'm going in with one of these now, because I think these work brilliantly. Is that one dirty? No, that one will do. Right, and I do have somewhere, we've got the holders for these as well. Je ne sais pas où. Oh, here's one. There you go. Ta-da! What colour's on there? That's perfect. Just don't want to make sure it hasn't got any oil on it or something. Right, dry. And then we're just going to go round and we're going to blend these colours. Just rub them together like this. And it just tones the whole thing in, look. Round we go. Round and round. Just blends the pigment in. And it tones down those veins as well. There you go, lovely. Nice. So you do loads of these. And then if you feel like I'm doing it deliberately now, but say like that area there now, I've taken the luster out of it by going over it. If yours is losing its luster a little bit in there, just get the eraser and put the light where the light throws it. Look, just put it back in. Look how quickly you can, see how you can add it? Why not if you can, eh? Look, see how quickly, even on this one, if I want to make it whiter, just take the colour back out again. So if you want to go really dark round the outside, say, round here, and then what you find is you kind of killed the whiteness a little bit in the middle, then all you've got to do is take your eraser pencil. Is there a rule? Am I breaking them? I don't know. I didn't read the rule book. You know, to me, it's about getting the result. So this is quite nice, isn't it? How's that for a faux gem? Yeah? And the only other thing that we haven't done yet is added the white. You see the white lines? So, have you got a gel pen? These are pretty good. The Pergamano ones that we've got are pretty good. Just want to get it going, right? And then they sit really nicely. Let's have a look. So what we're going to do, I'll do it in pencil so that you understand what we're doing here. We're going to add a bit of, it's like a bit of light hitting like that. You could do different shafts. You can do a shaft like that. So it's like that, quite close to the edge. You can do a square, like it's as if you've got to decide what is it that's reflecting in the gem. You can do dots, it's different shapes. This one is quite good. This one is, that's probably the one that most people go for, is this kind of shape like that, and then a couple of little dots coming off it. I'm doing it really large here so that you can see what you're attempting. It's that kind of thing. See, we're going real tight on this. I had to have a couple of runs at this. I'm not a master of this one, but you see on the gem the little white bits. And I'll tell you another thing that I figured out. Right, when you use a gel pen, because we've got a waxy seal, the only thing is you've got to make sure that you don't want to add any more colour. Once you put the white's the very last thing you're going to do on your thing. So if you want to add more colour, now's the time. You can. And even if you've blended the colours, like if I want to go in a little bit darker on this one now, right, so we've blended those colours nicely. It doesn't mean we've sealed it. If I want to go in darker, then darker I shall go. See? I can put another layer of that colour. Don't have to press hard. Don't want to press hard. But you can see how you can just, you build up your gems. Nice, eh? I like. Get round the outside a bit. How's yours looking? Good? There we go. And then when you've decided that it's dark enough, you don't want to add any more, Yeah, I might just add a little bit more. Where's that orange? I feel I'll add a bit more orange there. Get round this corner here. See how it's changing it? It's great, isn't it? Then I might put a little bit more of this in there. And is it taking forever? Yeah. And is it important? No. For me, it's not. For me, I want to get it right. That's what's important. There you go. So I've got my white bit in there. Right. And now I've decided I'm happy with the depth of colour in the base. I'm going to take my... Let's see if I can find a bit of black. If I find a bit of black card, then you'll see. Let's have a look. You can see what I'm up to. Okay. Let's just get it going. Right, and then we're going to get it going. We're not going to press hard. We're just going to take our Pargamano gel pen and just gently tease the colour where we want it. Right, these are good, but you don't want to press too hard. Right, and then just infill. Okay? And what I found was, this was just my own trick. I found if I put too much down, I was able to take like a, and I can take it out again. Not so easy on black card, but it works as well. But on this seal, if you put too much down and then you think, I want to shape it a bit better, right? You just push it around with a stylus. Look, I'll show you what I mean. Let's have a go. Let's have a look. So first of all, it's where do you want it to be? The light's coming down there. So I'm going to put my, let me just get it going. Once it starts, it's fine. Right, so I'm going to put my, where my light's hitting. So I'm going to put one end like that. So I'll put that up there like that. I'm going to make it extra fat for a reason, I'll show you. So I've made it quite fat. So that one, you can see it, and two, I can take some out. And then I'll make the other one come in the other way, like so. Like that. See, and then you just push the white around. And then I can make a couple of little dots like that, if I want to. Right? If I like. So I've got my dot lines there. Now let's say, for example, I don't like that angle on that one. I think, oh, that's a bit weird. But I haven't, and like I say, I had to have a couple of runs at this, but you see I can take this out now. Look. So what I can do is just take I can make it really sharp. Do you see? I can come in and I can just knock it back. Look, just knock it back. Because we're working on that beautiful waxy surface, I can bring it right back. I don't have to settle for what the pen gave me. I can go right in and make it as tight as you like to a real point. Look. And here's the other thing. If I don't like it at all, say I think that looks ridiculous. It just looks like a little grinning face. Right. So I don't like it at all. I can take it right away. Look, I can take it. No, he's got a real gap now. See? Do you see what I'm getting at? I can change it completely. If I don't want that there, I just take it out. Look. So while it's wet, before it sets, you can change it, you can move it, you can take it away. If you don't like this bit, look, I'm just explaining that. And this is just like one of the tools from the starter kit, from the Groovy starter kit. You see what I can do? So that gives me a lot of control. And then if there you go, so that's all gone again. But I can go back in if I want to, and I can reintroduce it all. So what I found was I had a couple of goes at it to get what I really wanted, get the right angle, you know, get the right feel for it. And then you've got to stop fiddling. Then you've got to say, Because what happens as well is you're just looking at one place. You're so focused on this at the moment. I mean, you could get rid of it with your fingernails as well if you haven't got a stylus. But it's just easier with a stylus. You've got more control, see? Just push it around until you're happy with it. If you want to make more of a, like a windowy look, let's see what we can do here. If I, for example, if I come in like that more, yeah, you see? So now I'm coming in with a more of a window look. You get it entirely what I'm doing here, don't you? See? So now the reflection is obviously, the gem is cool. So you can get a bit more of a square thing going like that. You know, like, you need to look at reflections. Have a look at what happens when light hits something shiny or something glassy. See, that looks right as well. So you can change it completely. That it isn't always like that. It depends entirely on what's reflected. You know, take a glass, like take anything glass like that, and then hold it to the light like that, and then see it's taking the light from there now. There's a great big stripe down there. If it was round, it would change it. So it's just a question of looking. It's interesting, and it all ties back in to what we do all the time in the Shack Shack, which is just lose ourselves in an exercise, it's yoga, isn't it? It's yoga for the mind. That's all we're doing here, hey? So what we've done now, let's have a look at our finished one. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. And like I say, if I'm not thrilled with the way I've done the light reflection, I can always change it while it's still setting. It's not a problem at all. But it looks all right. It just depends entirely. I think I prefer it a little bit thinner, but it's whatever. It's whatever. It's me showing you what to do now. There you go. Let's thin it out a bit. I like that I have that option to change it a bit. Don't you? Look, sharp. Just go in and you're not scratching, just moving it. Look, isn't that great? So you can put down quite a lot and then tailor it until you're happy with what it looks like. See, I think that's a good thing too. Right, there you go. Nice. Cool. That works, doesn't it? Right, and then you see, so you've got your reflection, and I won't put it over this one because it's still wet. It takes about 5 minutes to dry. But if I put it over that one, you can see exactly what the game is. And so the light is definitely coming from the top on that one. But I don't want to sit it down, because if I do, then I'll have that gel on my... I'll have the gel on me thingy, on my tracing paper, which I don't want. And then, of course, I can... You see, because the light is here. That's it. And if I want it... I mean, I think that looks far more effective than gel. You don't need to put that there. That looks much more realistic to me. And then it's a question of doing the other two. So, what do you think? Should we get started? Should we do... Have we got time for one more? Should we try one more? Come on, then. We could, couldn't we? Yeah, come on. Let's try a second one. Let's take a second one. And let's see... Let's time ourselves. Now we know the theory, this shouldn't be so bad. I'm going to do the same colour again, I think. I think I'll do the same colour again. Or maybe... What about a tealy one? What do you think? What about a tealy one? Should we try a tealy one? You know what I mean? Yes. Come on then, let's try a bluey one. Yeah. Okay. So it's quite dark. Should we do this one? Right, let's have a go. So very lightly. And we're going to start with a kind of a tealy colour, eh? Let's see how far we go. So in fact, this is quite good because it shows you that you can start with quite a dark colour. Look, You don't have to start with a pastel yellow or something. So we can do this, round and round we go. And see, the other thing about this is, I haven't put the grey around the outside yet, but we're going to do that tomorrow, because that really makes it jump. Is when you put the grey around the outside, that's when this looks really 3D. But we're not going to do that today, we're going to do that tomorrow. Right, so you get your tealy colour in. This is going to look good on that paper, I've decided. Light, same place, same source as this one. So we're going to add a little bit of, let's do this. There, like that. Get our shape going. You could probably get away with using the same pencil, the same colour, for a little bit more depth. Let's do that. I'm going to put a little bit of blue over the whole thing, just lightly, and then take it out with the rubber, with the eraser. There you go. I wonder if you could do a whole gem just with one pencil. Be interesting. Just different pressures. I don't see why you can't. I reckon I need a darker one for the veins, so. Yeah, my brother, he, when we were kids, Harvest Thanksgiving, talking about autumn, right? When we were kids, we lived in Aylesbury, and I was a bit, you know, I was ever such a, I tried hard. There you go, I tried hard. And I had a shoebox in my mum and dad's room on top of their wardrobe. And for weeks, I collected things to put in this shoebox for Harvest Thanksgiving, right? And then on the big day, all my pocket money, everything, I'd go down Adam's garage in Aylesbury and I'd buy, you know, I'd buy chocolate bars and sweets and then apples but a lot of chocolate and treats. And then my mum gave me some tin baked beans and things like that, you know, like you do for Harvest Thanksgiving. So now I'm going to take a little bit out here. Look, see? So put the line in. Cool. And I, yeah. And it was the evening before Harvest Thanksgiving. And I went in my mum and dad's room. I would have been about, what, 10? If I was 9, that made Steve about 5. Okay. Stephen Gray. So I've gone in my mum and dad's room because I was really obsessed with his shoebox with all the goodies. I was so proud, and it had taken weeks to collect it. And I thought, right, I'm just going to have, and I wanted to make it all lovely with with a you know, with a little cloth, and make it all pretty and pad it all out, make it look like more. Anyway, so I go up there, and the shoebox, the shoebox is gone, right, gone. The shoebox is not in my mum and dad's. I'm like, wow. So I said, where's the shoebox? Where's the shoebox? Where's my Harvest Thanksgiving? It's tomorrow. Mum, the shoebox is gone. Dad. Looked everywhere. It wasn't in there. Nowhere to be found. No shoebox. We went in Steve's room. We went in Steve Gray's little bedroom, right? There was chocolate wrappers. It looked like carnage. There was chocolate wrappers, biscuit wrappers, everything was open, shoebox was empty. It was covered in chocolate. The bed was covered in chocolate, he was covered in chocolate, wrappers everywhere. And you know what he said? It wasn't me. I'll never forget it. It wasn't me. No, what do you mean it wasn't you? I remember my poor old dad, he had to go down the garage because I was wailing, right? Oh, I can't believe it. I can remember my dad had to go down the garage and refit the shoebox so I'd go back to school. Yeah, he did. He ate a lot. On me. I'm going to go in with a darker colour now. Now I wonder, what one have I got here? So this one I've used cobalt green, and this one I've used cobalt turquoise. Oh, right. This is going to be lovely. Right, cobalt turquoise. Just around the bottom. Do you know what? I'm trying to think what colour would really go well in the middle. I reckon, where's my favourite one? Do you think that would be a bit too... No, do you know what? I'm going in with that warm grey. Look. Don't you think? Yeah, look. That one. Warm grey too. Doesn't that look good together? See, so you doesn't even have to be the same colour family. You can go... Well, it wasn't in the first one, was it? I went straight to violet. But look, isn't this cool? See, so you're getting that lovely grey in there. Can you see this? It looks like a... I'm liking this one. So we've got that colour going as well now. Oh, yeah. And then we can get that dark colour going down the bottom. See? And it didn't take long, this, did it? This one didn't take as long. Right. And the light is still... I like this. So we got that going. How are we doing for time? 5 more minutes, come on. This would be nice. I reckon. I don't want to rush it though. But I just wanted to show you how different it looks with a different colour. This is real opal. Yeah, I do love my brother. But he was a little tinker. He was a tinker. And because I was 4 years older, you know, that's a fair old chunk, isn't it? Yeah. On me. Not much. Now, I could write a book about that boy. What he got up to. There. So then what we'll do is we'll take one of those, I think, I'm just going to take let me just, oh, this is a blue one. This will work. Just smooth that out a little bit. Just get those colours going. And I haven't done the real dark bit yet, the dramatic bit, and I haven't done the veins yet. But it won't take long now, will it? I wonder whether we go really dark over the top. Let's see what happens if I go... What have I got this one? I've got some kind of Prussian blue going on here. Maybe a dark brown would work as well. Maybe I'm going to just... Prussian blue, what do I think? Okay, let's put our veins in. Oh yeah, this is going to be all right. So we put our Prussian blue veins in. I reckon. Looks a little bit too much like Snakes and Ladders here. That's all right though. Just because I'm rushing it, see. It's all right though. We've got our veins in. Looking good. This one's a particularly veiny one. Now I'm going to get my grey in to tone that down a bit. Yeah. We'll get the white in there. Like that. Where's my blending pen? Let's blend those veins in. Look a bit savage, don't they? Be all right though. And now I'm going in with that. Yeah, see, you tone it down, don't you? Tone it down, tone it down. Okay. Nice. Now I'm going in with that darker colour, the turquoisey one, and then I'm going in with the dark blue. Yeah. And then I think we'll call it a day. But you can see, look, it's the same thing, isn't it? Let me take that dark blue now and let's get some real depth going on this side here. Right, here we go. Watch this make it ping now. Isn't it lovely? So, what you could do between now and tomorrow... I'm so engrossed in this, look. what you could do between now and tomorrow is this one. And then we could have 3 gems in the background. Well, they're not in the background, then they're in the foreground. Because then what we're going to do is transfer our work. Look, oh, I like. See? And then we'll transfer our flower power to our centerpieces. See, this is coming together lovely now. See when you put a bit of depth on there, eh? What a difference, eh? Nice. And then we haven't even done I haven't done the other bit yet, which was the lightest one? This one, wasn't it? I haven't done the white bit down the bottom yet, but I'll do that when we call it a day. I think this would be nice. But I just wanted to show you, there you go, that didn't take so long this time. I'm going to do a little bit of titivating, if I may. I reckon I need to come down there a little bit with the... See how much you can take out though, look. It's not like... Look, I can come right down. Doesn't that look cool? Make that look a bit more like a... And then when I put that on there like that, that looks great. There you go. Yeah. So, a little bit more work on my faux gems. And then tomorrow we'll put the 2 layers together. And then we'll see what we've got, shall we? So I hope that you enjoyed that. And I shall see you tomorrow morning. Have a great day. Be safe. Be safe. Enjoy today. And I'll see you tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. Thank you, Stuart, for all your help. Don't forget, if you fancy getting the Shack Pack, there's a great price on that as well. If you want to get our newsletters, then speak to Stuart, because he'll sign you up. And it's not, we don't stalk you or anything, but it just means if we're doing free digi downloads or we're doing something special, then you'll be the first to know about it. It automatically gets sent to you. So that's not a bad thing. And other than that, thank you for joining me. I love your company, and I'll see you tomorrow. Lots of love. Bye-bye now.